be the next kid on TV who wants to be a hashtag when they grow up. I love my city, why can't they see that we had enough? Chicago, the only city I know, and I know it very well. What is that for a Chicago kid? I'll never know how to come and check it out. What is that for a Chicago kid? I'll never know how to come and check it out. Come and fight for a Chicago kid. You'll never know until what is that for a Chicago kid? I'll never know how much. Come and check it out. Getting sick and tired of it. And why they killing all the kids? Sisters, brothers, uncles, cousins, seniors, preachers, all of them. Wonder who gon' come and save us. Wondering why I'm in danger. These streets, I love my life, and now I got to try and change the world. Yeah, I'm only one, but don't forget my two companions. Friends we are, yes, everyone that you gon' understand. It got to be the change you wanna see up in the world. Got to be the change in every boy and every girl.
He was walking. I saw friends on the street, they was talking. You know 5 people here, you know all them. Ain't no James here, girl, I'm slim skin. I hate suburbs, I'm a city kid, I miss suburbs. Cause I'm out here catching all this wind on some city shit. That shoulder. Look at that shoulder. Get that cold shoulder. Any person trying to take advantage of me or get finessed like a suburb kid in the city. I was walking.
What is that for a Chicago kid? I'll never know how.
No Similac up in your bottle, cause babies grow old, cause the city's so cold. When inside too late, sure. Children can't go outside and play no more. Can't attack if they hashtag and toe tag. But what they don't tell you about these Chicago kids is they got friends. Who wanna see a better tomorrow. Bird's eye view, they on Twitter but they don't follow. They leaders with drum kits for their first aid kit. Poems in they pocket, proteins for life. Freedom is a thought process. Don't believe what you heard. This ain't what you thought. They painted the city in colorful chalk. Leaving angels everywhere that they walk. Cause they walk tall. They live right beyond these walls.
What is that for a Chicago kid? I'll never come and check it out.
All right, that is Chicago Kid, and that is by a Chicago group. You can find that song on SoundCloud. As a matter of fact, Angela L. Johnson, her daughter, is featured in that cut, and like I say, it's called Chicago Kid, and you can find that on SoundCloud. I'd like to welcome you to the #1 internet radio station, intellectualradio.com, an iHeartRadio station, and this is Rhythm Flow Radio. Yes I am, big and beautiful. I am fat, but also fabulous. I'm plump, but I'm pretty. But most of all, I am confident. I am the big sister of Rhythm Flow Radio, your host, Katie Lowe. Again, I want to thank you for exploring internet radio and helping us grow our network. www.radio.com. Intellectual Radio has over 70 shows with at least 150 hosts and co-hosts. They stream 24/7. Internet radio, especially intellectual radio, it's like an old saying, like lottie-dottie, we got a show for everybody. Their shows range from religion to cooking to music, entrepreneurship. I mean, all kind of shows, informative shows, relationship shows. They got one they call the J Spot, and another one called He Said, She Said. And I'm gonna tell you, you never know what hot topic they're going to be talking about. You got the Drive at 5 on Monday with Roland Wall. Listen, we have shows for everybody. So turn your radio off and get logged on to internet radio. That's www.intellectualradio.com. Today, we're going to get into the meat of this show because this is Autism Awareness Month. And today, we are fortunate enough to have an autism awareness ambassador. Boy, getting all those A's together. Okay, he's been here. He's not new to Rhythm Flow Radio because he's been here before. But today he is a grown man living with autism. So we're going to get into his story. We're not going to talk about any current events that are going on. And pray tell, I don't want to talk about. I'm going to say this. Chicago has reached the 1,000 mark in shootings. Now, all of them were not deaths, but shootings in Chicago. So our city it's really becoming complicated and complex for us to live in. But we'll talk about that show at another time, about living with autism. Okay, and sitting to my left, I'm going to let him introduce himself because he knows himself better than I do.
Hello everybody, this is Benjamin Scott. Of course you guys remember me from the last show. Well, today I'm going to share you my story about autism.
Benjamin is not only an autism ambassador. Why don't you, before we get into your story, if you're not, some people don't like to tell their age, but because you are autistic, if you don't mind, could you share your age? Could you share some of the things that you are involved in?
Well, I am 28 years old. I'll be turning 29 on my birthday next week, May 6th.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also a model, singer, songwriter, performer, and dancer. I have been in 9 to 10, make that 11 fashion shows I've been in. And I also won 3rd place of the Fashion Talent Show with LaTanya Hubbard. Of course, shout out to LaTanya. And I am this year's 2017 Fresh Faces Award winner.
Oh, really now?
Yes, I am.
Can you tell me a little about this? How do you become 2017's Fresh Face Award winner? How do you become that?
Well, a friend named Kaylin Lawrence, who reached out to me, she's also a Chicago Award winner. She told me about this project, and she told me if I'd like to get involved. I said, yes, I would love to get involved with it. So I got a chance to meet up with her, and we've been talking about it. And she told me that I was nominated for a Fresh Faces Award for being a role model, fashion model, to everyone out there who look up to me.
Okay. Now, you say you're an Autism Awareness Ambassador.
Yes.
To me, what is autism?
Autism is a neurological disorder. Parents can detect kids that have autism inside them, you know, how they react and stuff. And sometimes when their autism goes out of control, they usually go to a doctor, you know, find a way kids with autism.
Okay, wait.
Mm-hmm.
You say it's a neurological
disorder. Yes.
Okay, when you say that, what are some of the signs and symptoms? What is it that, say if I was a parent, what would some of the things that I would be looking for to say that this child has autism or is autistic?
Well, a parent can see a kid, keeping their heads down like this. They might have Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also, some of the kids brains don't function that much, because I'm the only person who's brain functioning. And there is also another syndrome that is similar to autism. It's called Asperger's disease,
mm-hmm.
Asperger's syndrome.
Okay.
I have been doing some research on it.
Mm-hmm.
It is similar to autism, but autism is just one word. We are still human. The young side, we are still human. It doesn't matter if we have autism or Asperger's syndrome or any kind of disability. We are still human beings. We can still live out our dreams every single day.
Well, you know what? Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have two brothers. I have one older brother and I have one younger brother.
Okay, are all three of you, are you?
Yes, all three of us have autism.
Okay, now, do you live independently? I mean, the three of you live together?
Yes, my brothers and I, we stay in a group home, part of the SILA program with the Esperanza Community Services.
Okay, now, how does that work?
Ever since my mother was unable to help me and my brothers out back in 2007, we were on the brink of being homeless.
Oh, wow.
Yes. My family and I, we've been moving back and forth from 2003 all the way to 2006. That was the tip of the iceberg where we finally moved into a home on the south side on Access, over east where South Shore Drive is. We've been living there from 2006 to 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, my mother had a stroke that time. She was checking up on me when I was listening to my music. And when I was looking at her, she knows I was okay. But I knew there was something wrong. So I took off my headphones. I went into the kitchen and I saw my mother falling down. I was calling my brothers to help. Let me rephrase that. I was calling my brothers for help because she was in trouble and I can't even do it alone. So I asked both my brothers to help me lift her up and put her on a chair and get her into bed so she can, rest, so she can relax a little bit.
Did you call 911?
Actually, I called 911
Okay.
and tell her what happened.
Okay.
I even told my family member as well.
Okay. Now, you said I want to make sure that I get this straight in my head.
Mm-hmm.
You said that things changed for you in 2007.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you. This is going to be very personal. And listen, all you got to do is tell me. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
It's not your business.
Okay.
Okay. And believe me, there will be no love lost.
Fine.
Okay, because I'm kind of nosy,
Right.
and I'm trying to learn something.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Since you're autism awareness ambassador,
Uh-huh.
that means that you know something.
Yes.
And this is what I want to know. Children that are born with autism, is it because, or is it affected? Are they affected because one of the parents or both parents may have been using alcohol or drugs or anything, related that could cause them to have a neurological development disorder? Or is it a gene? I mean, what causes a person to have an autistic child?
Well, some parents might drink a lot of alcohol in their lives, and sometimes it might be a gene that was transferred from one parent to a child.
Okay.
That will discover autism. Discover autism.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they don't. That myth I can I reduce that? I mean, in my mind that it's because that there were drugs involved. Do I rule that out, or can that happen?
Sometimes it can happen.
Oh, okay, all right. Now, when did your parents know that you were? And when did they find out that you and your brothers were autistic? Did they find out at an early age?
My mother found out about that at an early age. I was, I was running around, acting a little crazy and stuff like that, and just started to tweak a little bit, and my brothers as well. And I have autism, and that's when I started going to high school again in 2007. I was 19 at that time.
But I'm saying they didn't. You weren't diagnosed when you were young.
I didn't know I had autism.
Oh, you didn't know? Okay.
I didn't know I had autism.
Okay. All right. So when did they tell you? When did they sit down and tell you? Or did they?
They told me. My mother told me about this when I was having some good chats. Every time before I go to bed, I usually have a chat with my mom. And she told me that I have autism. I'm like, what? I have autism? I didn't know what autism is. I mean, I was so young. I didn't know anything about it. But when I got a little older, and I was starting to feel more positive, more active, I didn't let autism get the best of me because, it could also trigger, my emotions, because it's hard to control my emotions.
Okay, when you say that it can trigger your emotions.
Right.
Like what happens?
Like when I get angry, I started hitting things and started yelling as well. And of course throw stuff around.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something I will not do in my life.
Okay, now, since I'm in your business, or you on medication? I know there's probably.
I don't take medication.
Okay, I'm just saying. I know that there are probably some medication. Have you ever taken medication?
No, I don't take medication.
Okay, well, how do you deal with it?
Well, I had some friends who helped me out along the way. They usually tell it to me straight. Good positive messages, no negativity ones. Because they helped me out a lot, and I learned it from them. Because without them, I'd be a miserable young man. Don't know where my future is.
Okay, I want to ask you this,
Okay.
And then we'll get on into letting you tell more of your story. I just want to know. Has there ever been times in your life or a time in your life where somebody may have said something to you? Because I'm going to tell you something.
Okay.
I've had people to say things to me, but see, I'm one of those that I don't care what you say. See, I love me. I love myself. And so because I love myself, and I do have a personal relationship with God,
right.
I may not act like it sometimes,
right.
but me and that man upstairs, we do have our own personal relationship. Okay? And he answers, he really answers to me, and I know the answer to him. But, sometimes if you don't have that type of relationship, or you don't have, that you don't have that love for yourself, you know what I mean? When people are what can I call it? Not depressed, but low self-esteem. Let's say it like that.
Low self-esteem.
Mm-hmm. And wait a minute, and you have that. And I'm not saying that you have it, but there come times in your life when you may feel that low point.
Right.
Have you ever had someone to say something to you that just like really just made you feel worthless?
There was one guy. His name is Jesse.
No last name.
I didn't say his last name. All I said is his first name. Okay, it's Jesse.
Okay.
When I was just about to leave from the Hard Rock Cafe in downtown on Easter, and I was having my lunch and then get ready to leave, then all of a sudden, I got a text from him. He told me that I've been a creep. I'm like, what? A creep? And then he keep texting me some more, told me I was nothing but a lying idiot. I'm like, whoa, hold on there. Nobody, and I mean nobody, ever called me a lying idiot or a creep. I'm just being myself. I'm out here to show everybody that I don't care if you have autism. I don't care if you have Asperger's syndrome or any kind of disability. We are still human. I'm going to repeat that again. We are still human.
I hear you. I hear you. Because that doesn't make you any different from anybody.
Exactly.
You are still a human being. So when whoever this idiot Jesse is texts you something like that, how did you feel emotionally? Because see, me, at this stage in my life, I would have probably just looked at it and probably sent him some stupid back, and then I would have blocked that person so that they could,
I was calmed down. I was relaxed. I had to block him from Messenger and also block him from Facebook for saying the wrong words to me, because I don't like it when he say those words.
Okay, all right. Now, this is another thing I wanted to... did you want to say something else about that?
Well, one thing I have to say about that, I didn't say nothing back to him. Okay. I blocked him. I moved on with my life. I was still happy. I don't care anybody says to me. I am still human. I am still me.
Okay. All right, another thing that I wanted to ask you is because you say you're 28 and you and your three brothers live together in a group home, and you all kind of live independently together in this group home.
Yeah.
So, who makes decisions for you?
Who makes decisions for me?
Yeah. I mean, you're 28 years old. You say you're autistic. You all kind of live independently. Okay. Even though you live in a group home, you kind of in an independent setting. You and your three brothers.
Yeah.
So, when you have decisions to make, like, okay, maybe I ask you this. Are you employed? Do you have a job?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do have a job.
Oh, okay. So, may I ask you, what kind of work do you do? Being employed? Is that being just too nosy? I'm trying to learn something.
No, you're not too nosy.
Okay.
So yes, I do have a job. I work at the Annixter Center, Anixter. I've been working there since 2010. 6 years, going on 7.
Okay. So, what do you do there?
I am a packager. I like to pack cords, like single adapters, remotes, doubles. There's also fragrance, toys, and we ship them out to the customer, making sure that everything is right. We also team up with Xfinity, Comcast.
Oh, okay. How about that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some good people there who helped me out along the way.
So, is this a place where if you are, I'm just saying, if you have a disability of any kind?
Yes, it's a great place to.
It's a great place for employment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and where is that located?
It's located on 2032 North Clybourne.
Okay, so repeat the name of that place again and the address, because somebody may be listening that has a child that has a disability that wants to seek employment and become, independent. Mm-hmm. And tell them the name of it and where it's located.
The name of the place is called the Annexter Center. ANXTER Center. It's located on 2032 North Clybourne. That's the place where not only your adult child will go there to employ, but also staff will help them there for those who have disability.
Okay, and what ages is there?
Any kind of ages.
No age limit.
No age limit.
Oh wow, that is awesome. So let me ask you, is there transportation?
Yes, there's got to be there is transportation, of course. Some parents got to book their rides, for pace, and of course they have to have pace tickets too in order for them to get there and back. That's very important.
Okay.
Me, I take the CTA. I take the bus and I take the train too. It helps me to go to one place to another, and I can also go home with it as well.
Okay, you're quite independent, huh?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now another thing that I wanted to ask you. I don't know if you think this is childish, but it's just that I'm trying to learn. You said you don't take any medication. You've learned how to deal with your autism. Are you on special diet or any of any kind?
No, I'm not on a special diet.
Okay, so you basically, I'm trying to find out. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I just know what I read. I was just wondering if there were things like
I'm not on a special diet
that trigger the autism. And you said that you get mad, angry, mm-hmm. but you only do that when people.
I usually listen to music.
Okay.
When I get upset or feel sad, I usually listen to music that helps me calm down.
Oh, okay.
And of course, I tell everybody that staying positive is the only way to win every day.
Okay. Now, you want to tell me about some of the social interactions, some of the things that you are involved with. These are, something that keeps you busy.
Well, what keeps me busy is modeling, because I love to model, and I have been in 11 modeling
fashion shows.
Yes.
Okay.
Modeling fashion shows,
mm-hmm.
and the last event I did was for LaTanya Hubbard LH Couture fashion show. Mm-hmm. It was also a talent showcase as well.
Okay, now you were talking about that's the one where you won the Fresh Face Award.
That's
a different one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess because I think I heard her name twice.
LaTanya Hubbard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been working with her since 2015. She's a very amazing person. She's like a mom to me. She's been looking out not only for models as well, teaching us how to stay positive, stay active, and stay motivated.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, you did tell me that your brothers, all of you all work?
Yes, my brothers worked. My little brother, he works with me at the same job I work at Autism Center. And my older brother, he works at the Arts of Life. It's also a nonprofit organization program.
Okay, that deal with people with disabilities.
Exactly. And people who can draw some beautiful pictures.
Does he draw?
Yes, he does.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He's very talented.
Oh, okay. Now, another thing that I wanted to ask you was when you were going to school and you were getting your education,
right?
Were you bullied in school? I mean, you know, like you were saying, you didn't notice a difference. You didn't even know you had autism.
To tell you the truth, yes, I was bullied at school.
Okay.
I've been bullied because people have been calling me Jughead. They call me names. They've been picking on me ever since. And they usually beat me up when I was in school.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. One time when I was just about to be on my way to Miss Webb's class at Jenner Elementary, the old elementary.
Was that like North Side?
Yes.
Okay.
North side around my house when I was just about to get ready to run on home real quickly before some guys catch up on me. A lot of kids, a lot of boys beat me up, you know, almost took me down to the ground. And I was telling them, stop. And they just keep beating me up. They hit me down to the ground. Sometimes they threw me down, they stomped on me. But security came over to help. Security came over to break up, and they saved my life.
Now, they picked on you because they saw you as being different?
Yes. I was different from everybody else.
Okay. So how did your school interact with that? I mean, bullying has been around for
a long
time. I think we used to call it, what did we call it back in the day? We didn't call it bullying. We had another name for it. Playing a dozen or something like that.
Right.
But, you know, we didn't fight each other. But, they could really play the dozen. They had that yo mama thing. Ooh, they had that yo mama thing. And, you know, if you couldn't come back on that yo mama with the right one, because they would laugh and you know it can. Some kids could. I mean, they can talk about my mom because I get them verbally. My mouth is an assault weapon. I'm serious. When I get ready to do this radio show, usually I anoint my mouth. First things that I do.
Right.
And I ask God to take the wheel of the microphone because I can say some stuff. I can say some things that probably could really assault somebody verbally. So, you know, I didn't have that. And then I think I grew up, I was one of those people that, I don't know, I guess because of the way I was brought up, I just felt like I was as equal as everybody else and what you said, okay? But in your case, the bullying today is a little bit different because see they fight and they stab.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit outrageous.
Very, very outrageous.
Okay, so I mean, how did the school officials deal with you being bullied at school? Because I know it had to be reported.
I've been talking to my teachers about it. I even told my mother about it too. Because, you know, I was tired of being bullied. I was tired of being picked on. And I didn't want that in my future.
Go ahead.
So I was just tired of being bullied because it just really messes up my life. I was crying about it. You know, I didn't get angry about it. I was crying about it. And I just don't like it when kids picked on me.
But you didn't give up, see?
No, I didn't give up.
You didn't give up. That's a good part about it. Okay. Now, so today, you're involved in all these things. You're doing different things.
Yes.
That's the great part about it. You're keeping yourself busy. And that helps you. And you have a job.
That's right.
Okay? So, now that you're an adult, hold on just a second. Sorry about that, y'all. You're an adult and you're living with autism. As a grown man, and that transition from being a kid who had been bullied in school and talked about and kids jumped on and beat you up. So as a grown man, 28 years old,
right,
it's said to entertain say because you are grown as well now.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you dealing? Because the city of Chicago, this is a cruel place right now.
It is a cool place.
And you know, people don't like for you to say that, but this is like Chirac right now.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's not only like Chirac for you, it's like Chirac for me.
Right.
You know, a lot of people here have become, living here in the city, have become prisoners to their own house. They change the way they do things.
Right.
They change their habits. You have people that go out early in the daytime and make sure that they're in for a certain time. But this is the part about it where it doesn't matter because they shoot on the expressway and they don't have a time limit. They shoot early in the morning, in the middle of the day. They shoot whenever they get ready. Okay, so you being artistic and you're living in this environment that has been created here in Chicago. How do you deal with that?
Well, every places I go to, I've decided to, because, you know, there's trouble all around the corner. There might be trouble at the alley. There might be trouble on the north side, south side, east side, west side. You know, whatever trouble that is, I have to keep a lookout because, you know, I do not want to end myself, you know, like these people who've been shot. Because I don't want to be like one of those people. In fact, let me tell you a story of the time where I got, you know, taken down. How about this? This was back in 2002. When I was just on my way back from the store, I was buying my mom a Pepsi, and it was $1.25. And it was so dark, I had to get upstairs quickly before it gets really late. Then all of a sudden, I saw two guys in the hallway. They were jumping on me. They were grabbing me. I didn't want to fight them, but I had to hold this guy down, you know, so he doesn't shoot me and stuff. Now, or else that would have been the end of my life. But they hold me down, and one guy was holding the gun at my temple, while the other was checking my pockets.
Oh wow!
Yeah, to see if I have any money and stuff. And they told me what was in my. They told me what was in.
I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
They told me what's in the bag. I saw Pepsi. So what I did, I gave it to them. They let me go. I was scared. I was absolutely scared. I had to run real quickly because I was so scared. I had to run and tell my mom about it. That's
okay, but you know what? I guess, you know, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter whether you have a disability or not.
Exactly.
There's some idiots out there.
They're really idiots out there.
Okay. But okay. In your community where you live, you're not chaperoned when you go places. I mean, you have an open door. You go in and out and do things when you get ready. So, say that when you leave out, say you're going to an event, and say you're on public transportation.
Right.
Do you have people that bother you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, I'm just wondering because because I mean, I guess because they jump on people and they, you know, like they say sometimes when they see a person that's a little different, they tend to, I guess, try to assault that person. Oh, you're sleeping, aren't you?
I'm still awake.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm listening.
They you know, they look like they are maybe say that person is easy for me to pick on. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like me, a person would see me, they see I'm an older person.
Right.
They think, I could knock her down and take her purse. You know, I'm just saying, do you have a fear of your environment or your surroundings when you're out there, say going to an event? Or, you know, I mean, going to work, you're going in the daytime, but I'm saying, like, say you go to an event and it's maybe late in the evening. Do you have that fear when you're out there? Are you confident?
I'm 100% confident.
That's good to know.
Because, you know I can get home safe and sound as long as I keep a lookout. If there's any trouble, I call 911 and take care of it right away, just like that.
Okay. Now, do you want to talk about anything that you have up and coming that you want to share with us, or anything that you want to tell anybody about?
What I'm going to do?
Yeah, things that you're involved in that are up and coming. You know, because globally, I think autism affects about 2.8 million people. It probably that number is probably much higher now.
Wow.
It really and you know, to actually sit and talk with someone who's living their life with this disorder, disability, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
You don't seem like you're any different to me. It's because I didn't know until we did the first show, and then you set up, and explained it to me. Just talk about something you have going on for you in the future, not the things that we've already discussed. Some of the up and coming events that keep you busy.
Well, I do have some upcoming events this weekend. I do have a birthday party because my birthday is next Saturday. I'm turning 29 on that. And the 28th, but a day before Saturday, I'm going to be at the Special Olympics award ceremony. Well, actually, it's going to be a ceremony because I'm going to be competing in May. And after that event, I will also be going to the Celebrating Victories Gala event because I'm going to be performing there. I'm going to check out the amazing event, have a good time, and show people what
Okay, you say you're going to be performing at the Special Olympics?
No, not at the Special Olympics, at Celebrating Victories. It's for the Esperanza Community Service.
Oh, that's where you work?
That's one that I work.
Okay, all right, okay. So, okay, that is one, and is there anything else that you wanted to share?
Well, there is one thing I would like to share.
Okay.
And this has happened at my job. There was one guy who I used to be friends with. I'm not going to give out his last name. I'm going to give out his first name. His name is Ryan. Now, it's from me, because he's a little bit autistic, like myself. And he really wants attention. He's been cussing out at everybody. And he's been cussing out at me, telling people what to do. And I'll be like, okay, what's going on here? I don't know why he keeps doing this to me. Because I just don't like it when he tells me what to do. What I did, I had to tell my staff about it. He gets himself in trouble. He's trying to get everybody in trouble. He even tried to get me in trouble. I don't like it when he tells me what to do, because he also wears glasses as well. He told me I don't have talent. I'll be like, why he say that to me like that? I do have talent. He's the one who doesn't know anything about talent, not me. Because I do have talent. I can do whatever I want to do.
I love that.
I'm still human. That Ryan dude, he needs to learn that. He thinks he is in charge. He thinks he can take care of my limelight. He thinks he can control my life. I control my own destiny.
Okay.
He needs to control his own. I control mine.
You're very positively motivated. Very. Okay. Where'd that come from?
Well, it came from everybody who supported me throughout my life, my friends, family, to everyone who I met, including my modeling friends. They gave me great positive messages to me, and I kept my head up. That's why 2017 is my year, because this is the My Time Is Now year. I call that because it's not a statement. That's a promise.